Okay, welcome back to PBR Acres. Thanks for tuning in. Today is Saturday, March 8th. We're headed up to camp. We're going to do some boiling today of some maple sap. We're going to try to get it boiled down to syrup. So just to look back at where we got to before this, the third week in February, I went out. I did the first 4 initial tappings out there. There was a little bit of flow of sap, and I just did 4 just to see as a trial run. Later that week it got cold out again, and then last weekend we showed up out there. So the first weekend out I ended up cutting some firewood up quick. We had a lot of dead trees sitting there, so I cut that up. Last weekend we went up, we checked the sap, hardly anything, froze into the bottom of the buckets, dumped it. That first little bit of run was probably hardly any sugar content anyway, nor would I want to have something sitting in a bucket for 2 weeks before I boil it. So last weekend I had the boys up helping. We ended up tapping 8 more trees. They split some firewood. We got some things done. Brought up the Ranger UTV. So this weekend, or Saturday here, I'm going up there. We're going to collect all of the sap. 18 degrees last night. I'm pretty sure anything that I have is going to be frozen. So we will collect all the sapsicles when we get there. We will thaw it out on the wood stove. I'll go through that when I get there. But I like to filter things out, and you can't filter ice. So we're gonna have to warm it up first. But then we'll get to a good boil tonight. Get everything done with the first collection, and maybe go out and collect a second time. They're saying a high of 50 today. Next week's going to be even warmer, so next weekend we might be out boiling one more time. We'll see what happens there. The sap, it runs the best when it's warm out during the day and below freezing at night, but there is just so long that it runs and it's good. So we'll see if it's still good next weekend, if it's still running, and if it's good and clear sap. Once it gets cloudy, it's no good. So more to come. Tonight we're staying up at camp, so we'll have plenty of filming out there. We'll see how far we get on this boil. So here we go. Definitely frozen. Alright, this is one of the original ones here. Put that one in a bucket. Ooh, she is pretty full. Pretty dang full. Let's see if we can get that in there. Big chunk of ice. Yeah, definitely got sap today. We'll be boiling soon. Quick discussion on what I have for a maple sap evaporator. This is the wood stove that my son and I put together. He was just a little guy back then, but we put it together for the cabin up in winter. That cabin was quite a bit bigger than this one that I have now, so this is kind of obsolete for what my needs are. So what we ended up doing is I cut the top out and put an angle iron frame in it. This frame here will hold the pans just like so, and I can have 2 of them in there. I fill this as the warming, and then I put the second one in, and that is the heavy boiling one. I ended up having to take and put the exhaust out the back on the flue. I just kind of threw this thing together. So this, like I say, was built years ago for, you know, heating the cabin. It's all adjustable on the legs. This is air going in, so you can kind of dampen it off. Even this guy here is on a piece of pipe. It's kind of stuck right now, but all in all, the evaporator works very well. Got a good fire going in there, blazing on the bottom of these pans. As you can see, starting to get a nice roll off of them. Sap has a sugar content of about 40 to 1 to make syrup, so it takes about 40 gallons to make 1 gallon of syrup. Okay, the back one is at a hard roll right now, and the front one is just kind of chugging along. The back one is obviously going to be the hot one. That's where I keep on dumping the front one into the back one. As I dump the front one into the back one, then I add fresh to the front one. It's going to be more of a warming tray in the front and a finishing tray in the back. So we'll keep an eye on it. Can't get it too low. Oof, she's boiling hard though. All right, we got a pretty good roll going on this one in the back here. She's going fast, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some of the front one to it. Not all of it though. So it's gonna go back in here. It's gonna be cold. We don't want to shock the pan too much, so we go in it slow. You can see the difference between the left and the right. The left is boiling pretty decent. It's a little bit cooler up on the front end of the stove, but it's clear. That's where I add sap. I take that once it's warmed up and I pour it into the right side, and you can see the right side is getting quite dark. We're getting close to syrup on the right side, and we just keep adding to it and just keep on going until we're through all the sap. But this is what it looks like as it's going. All right, tonight we're gonna do steak, potatoes, and onion. So we're gonna cut this potato up. We'll probably get that frying just a little bit earlier. Get the onions going before we do the steak. The steak is it's a T-bone. Oh, here we go. Here's a bird's eye view. partitioned off the one side. We're only boiling with one right now, waiting for the fire to slow down. You can see how brown the sap is getting now. It probably won't finish off tonight. I'll finish it off at home, but it's definitely smelling sweet when you get in the into the vapors there, into the steam. But getting close. It's got a little bit to do, but yeah, we're looking really good. There we go. That now a little bit clean. Okay, olive oil. I don't know. A little bit frozen yet, but I'll put some olive oil in there. Myself, I like a little bit of Tony Chachere's on my potatoes. Okay, get going on the steak here. Already starting to sizzle. Now this steak here, this is a T-bone. It's an end cut. When I have the cow butchered, I usually have them in packs of 2. This is the end one. There was one left, so 1 pack. So I brought that up today. I'm gonna use a little Montreal steak spicy on this one. I guess this steak here, it came from Hanson Family Farms down by DeSoto. Good friend of mine, Luke Hanson, and his wife Jenny. I think Jenny probably takes care of the cows quite a bit. But yeah, they treat us to the opportunity of buying a half a cow every year, and boy, I tell you, it's the best meat there is. I refuse to go and buy meat from Walmart or Pick and Save or whatever you want to go to. You can have it. I'll take this any day. It's so much better. Works a lot better if you use a baked potato versus a fresh potato when you're doing this. We do that a lot when we go up to Canada. We'll bake a bunch of potatoes. And then when we do our fish fry, we cube up the baked potatoes, throw them in the oil, and have them with the fish. And boy, is it good. All right, we're gonna throw this in the oven real quick. We're gonna finish her off in there. Well, let's see how we did. Yep. Terrible. Just kidding. Boy, is that good. Well, folks, I'm going to finish up this dinner. Probably watch some movies tonight. Get ready for the morning. Might boil a little bit more sap tomorrow, but yeah, what we have down there is just about done. And definitely coming back next week. So, meantime, I'm going to eat this. You guys have a nice night. Okay, it is Sunday. I got everything kind of evaporated out yesterday. Got a pretty good start on it. And this is about what we have left. So, final boiling, final filtering. It is windier than a cob out here right now, so the boil is not going well. But I'll show you what the end product looks like here in just a little bit. Okay, she just foamed over again. That's number 3. Yeah, let's see where we're at. 217, 218. She is done. And that, folks, is ready for bottling. Filter it out and put her in a bottle.